I mean, growing up, my mom said I always had a talent for drawing on the walls when I was a little kid, but the school district that I came from, they didn't really have a whole lot of art programs there. They focused more on sports, so my mom enrolled me in these classes and I just became hooked after that.
Growing up, I was always drawing. I was always into art. All throughout high school, I took every art class possible. Sometime during middle school, I realized that a lot of people would just upload their own animations. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize that was just something random people could do. So I decided to get like a little flip book and just start drawing random characters.
Because I knew that in high school that I wanted to continue something with the art degree. I will be a first-generation college graduate, but my dad went back to school last year and he graduated at 50 years old, and that just kind of pushes me to continue what I want to do.
I'm definitely passionate about like the digital media animation, but I've recently fallen in love with sculpture. I love using clay, metals. I really like to make 3D sets.
Definitely charcoal. Charcoal, hands down, 100%. I know with my degree being in drawing and painting, I do a decent bit of painting, but charcoal, it's something that I can touch. I like being able to touch my work and get a feel for it, as opposed to having to have stipulations behind what I can and cannot do. When I'm with charcoal, I can get as close as I want. I can get my hands dirty.
Like, keep it simple, because if you start, a big problem with animators is they want to have this elaborate scheme.
My big thing is I don't think you need to do anything glamorous for it to be artwork. I think there's a lot of beauty in simple nature or simple still life.
Just have a common goal, because that ends up being more charming than some elaborate scheme. And it ends up becoming like a more beautiful work in the end. Like, one thing that artists really have a problem with is pricing their work and finding their worth. Because there's a lot of people out there where it's like, oh, you love doing it, it might as well it be free. Like, it's not work for you. But like, art can be sometimes, because sometimes someone gives you something to work on, you just really don't like what you're doing, but it pays the bills.
Long term, I just want to be able to, have my own studio one day and, help underprivileged kids with an outlet through art, so that way it helps them stay off the street or gives them something to work for, has a meaning to them. I mean, it's being there for them. I mean, there's a whole stigma behind art that you're not going to make any money off of it, you're not going to be successful. I've known a lot of people who've been deterred from even just simple sketches or taking high school or college art classes because they can, but they choose not to because they think it's not going to benefit them. But I mean, you're using everyday skills, whether it be a type of math or a science. I mean, just using your own eye and looking at how things look and translating them to paper. I mean, the biggest thing is teaching people it doesn't have to be complicated. It's just getting out there and doing it for yourself. But it really comes down to being there for someone and encouraging them to continue, as opposed to deterring them because they don't think they can do it. Everyone can do it. I mean, I don't believe in practice makes perfect. Practice makes you better, and all you can do is just continue practicing to, work towards mastery of a certain subject.